All right, cats and dogs, you are now listening to Slightly Hungover by the Blues That Lie. And in a couple seconds, you're going to be listening to the sounds of Talker Tap, the funkiest podcast in all of New England, baby. Say that ain't true. Now I just hope you have your earbuds charged, because this is going to be a good one. In this episode, we have a brother training out of Fighting Arts Academy. He's won 2 amateur MMA belts, if that don't say some. Now he's recently made his professional run in the confusing year of the coronavirus. But that's alright, baby, you keep doing your thing. He's fighting out of Milford, Connecticut, not New Haven, so please stop saying that. Please now help me welcome Eddy George.
Let's try this one more time.
Let's do it from the top.
How are you, Eddy?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking again. Okay, so I wasn't recording in the first minute. But you told me that you actually weren't born in Connecticut, or you weren't raised in Connecticut.
I wasn't raised in Connecticut.
Okay.
To put a whole story out there, but the condensed version. I was born
Take your time.
Okay. I was born in Connecticut.
You were?
I was born in Connecticut. I moved down south when I was like 4 years old. My father went down south because of for work. He was a contractor, worked construction and paint contractor and stuff like that. So I grew up and was raised in South Carolina my whole life. And then in 2014, I came up here. It was mainly just for like a scenery change and also for work. I was working construction at the time. And then, yeah, that's how I ended up here, stupidly. Most people go from the south. That's from the north to the south. I went from the south to the north, which makes no sense.
I know. Did you like it though? South Carolina?
I love South Carolina.
Really?
I love the weather. I'm a warm weather person.
It doesn't snow, if I'm not mistaken.
Differently. So if we get snow for us is a dusting for y'all. So if an inch to 2 inches down south in South Carolina, everything shuts down.
Oh, wow.
For days. Because we're just not equipped to, we don't have the trucks, the plows, like the towns here have.
You know what? That is now finally explained to me.
Yeah.
I didn't think why they made, in the South, they made a big deal out of it.
Yeah, we're just
now
not
I understand.
equipped. Yeah, we're not equipped for it. But I dealt a lot with like ice storms. So we'd have like freezing rain, and then it would like black ice, so I dealt more with that growing up than actual like snow. But I mean I saw snow throughout my life, like 2-3 inches.
Okay, in South Carolina.
In South Carolina, yeah.
Wow, how'd you feel when you got up here?
I'll tell you this. I actually came up here in February. I can't remember the exact day of February.
2014.
It was in 2014, the year. It was February. It was like towards the end of February, and I got up here, and it was right after a snowstorm, and there was 2 feet of snow on the ground. And I looked outside, and
2 feet already.
I was like, oh, my God, what did I do?
Welcome to Connecticut.
I had the winter clothes that I had that I thought were winter clothes were not winter clothes for here.
Oh, that too, right?
I had nothing.
They don't wear coats?
No, not thick coats. Like a coat for the winter down south is like a fall jacket here.
Okay.
So like a hoodie and
gloves?
I had no gloves. I never
bought
gloves in my life. Like,
oh jeez. Well, now you seem prepped now.
I'm prepped. I'm a seasoned vet.
You have to be. Exactly.
You learn quick or you freeze.
Yeah. Freezing sucks. So when I saw your last fight, so you were they said that you were coming out of New Haven, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So tell me about that, because this is
Milford. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why they said New Haven. I didn't tell them New Haven. They asked me the day before. They're like, Eddy, what should we put for fighting out of? I told them Milford. At first I said West Haven. I was like, oh no, the gym moved, so it's in Milford now. And then I don't know why they said New Haven. So I was like, that's weird. Also, they mentioned that I was a black belt in Taekwondo, which...
Oh, I was going to ask you that.
I was
like, I can't believe you're a black belt. Tell me more about that.
I actually am, but I don't really tell people that. So the fact that they knew that about me, I was like, I didn't know they were going to say that in their announcement. And I was like, oh, man, who knows this about me?
You didn't let it show. I don't know what goes on in your mind.
Oh, them hands. Huh? I'm just trying to throw those hands.
I know, right? You had I remember seeing you with like a bunch of... you did something, those suction cups, right?
Yes. Yeah. My boy, Jose Collado, shout out to him. Very good, like massage therapist. He works on me. He does like cupping and whatnot. He also does dry needling, but I'd never really messed with dry needling before. But he does like real deep tissue massage and cupping and like range of motion, functional range of motion rehab, stuff like that. Shout out to him. He works on me regularly, as well as my coach Nick Newell. But yeah, that was his work. So.
Yeah. Now, what does Nick help you with?
What do you mean?
As well, you said Nick.
Oh, I meant like with Jose works on Nick.
Oh, okay.
Does massages on Nick and the cupping and stuff on Nick as well.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Nick is the head coach. He's the mastermind. He does everything.
Yes. Which also, people can see it, but this gym looks really awesome. Like the backdrop. I know this is cool too, but as they see what's going on in the backdrop, it looks really awesome.
Yeah, no, it's
like I'm impressed when I saw that.
Thanks, man.
It's gonna
it's a huge gym. I don't know if they could see it, but there's actually like a cage right over my left shoulder. Yeah, it's a huge cage.
I can't move the camera.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I'm gonna mess it up.
They could take our advice.
Yeah. Also, when I came in and I saw the cage, I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's very good, especially if you're getting ready for a fight, during camp.
Yeah.
Because it's a different feel. I definitely feel a difference in my sparring when I spar outside in the open and then inside the cage. Because specifically for me, I'm a pressure fighter.
Okay.
I don't like pride myself on it. It's just naturally, like, I might pressure a little bit more than most people. But in the open, there's more room for them to I don't want to say run, but like to evade and like cover more ground.
Yeah.
But when you're locked in that cage, there's only so many feet, and then you're gonna hit a fence.
Have you seen that people do that to you or with you?
Yeah.
That they'll like think they'll.
Yeah. So the sparring rounds look different for me personally, outside in the open opposed to inside the cage. When I can implement like, cutting the cage off and stuff like that. So. I love it. It's great for when you're training for a fight.
Is that a like a regular?
Yeah, it's a
10?
It's 12.
12. Wow.
Yeah, I believe it's 12.
What's the size? In I guess the UFC, there's two different ones.
I have I think it's like a 26 or something. I know it's huge.
Okay,
it's huge. When I was out in Vegas, I went into the. I went to the Contender Series. I didn't fight in it, but I was there helping out and stuff.
Yeah.
I went in the cage there.
Who were you helping?
My teammate Justin Sumter, as well as I went there for my coach Nick.
Okay.
They both were on the Contender Series, but I was able to go into their cage at the Contender Series when they used both locations. Mm-hmm. The one where they would shoot tough, and also the new location, and then also I would go and train at the UFC PI and go in their cage there, which was also massive, huge cage.
There's a real big difference.
Big difference. It was big.
Wow.
It was super big. It was huge.
Yeah, I feel like I can see people like running away. Like it's easier. I feel for them.
It is huge. Around. But it's if you know how to cut a cage off, that's half the battle right there.
Okay.
You can't really run.
Now you say that you are a black belt in Taekwondo, which I thought you were going to say that you weren't now. But no. since you are, how does that did that help you with the way that you fight now, or because I'm a purple belt in Shotokan karate.
Okay, cool.
But it doesn't really.
You don't think it transfers
like
over
the way that I block, and I don't do that at all.
Yeah.
But there's like karate kicks that I'll do, like a Yoda Machida, like a straight kick forward. Mm-hmm. Not so much of a teep, or like a side kick.
Yes.
Do you do any of that stuff?
Yeah. Well, certain things transfer over. Mm-hmm. Not everything's made to transfer over. That's the beautiful part of it being mixed martial arts. Mm-hmm. I incorporate some things into my game plan. Everything's in my wheelhouse to use.
Yeah.
I've only had so many fights, so it's impossible for me to have used everything that I have. But I do practice all that stuff. Taekwondo's helped me keep dexterity in my kicks and mobility, because I'm also trying to lift weights and get strong, which makes people very rigid. With the Taekwondo and having the good mobility, I've been able to keep a good range of motion.
Right.
So it's just different things. It's not necessarily like the punching technique or the blocking techniques or the kicks. It's just the overall discipline.
Right.
That you shape and mold to make you who you are as the individual.
Yeah. And is lifting weights a new thing for you?
It actually is. I don't want to lie. I've touched weights in the past, but never consistently.
Okay.
This is the first time I've ever lifted weights consistently, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see a new Eddie George the next time I step into the cage.
How did you feel about your last performance?
I was semi-satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to be my biggest critic.
Okay.
I didn't take damage or anything like that, but that shouldn't make me happy or unhappy with my performance, whether I take damage or not. Mm-hmm. In my mind, I had a game plan and expectations I wanted to uphold. I felt I didn't uphold my expectations as well as I should have. Now, on the other side of the coin, it takes two to dance. My opponent, he made for an ugly fight. He was a big, long guy. Mm-hmm. He didn't understand range too well. So he was trying to fight in a very close mid-range, almost like a clinch scenario. Mm-hmm. And so it just made for an ugly fight. So I wanted to stay on the outside a little bit more. Once I found out that my striking was better than his, he just made it difficult to do that because he just would try. I don't know if he was trying to take me down or whatnot, but I wanted to display a little bit more crisp striking, but he turned into a clinch battle.
Okay. And is it weird for you if you have to play the outside game if you're the type of person that is pushing forward? You said that's your style.
Yeah, no, it wasn't weird. I just felt it made an ugly fight. You know, it looked more like a brawl. When I don't. Brawling's easy. You know, anybody can get into a street fight and brawl. You know, it takes talent and skill to fight a technical fight. Mm-hmm. You know, whenever I need to, I could always fall back on brawling because I feel like I could legitimately just fight.
Yep.
But I wanted to get my skill sets up, so I wanted to, try to stay as technical as I can. Mm-hmm. And he just made for an ugly fight to do that, to be super technical, fighting that close mid-range, That's it.
Right.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I was in control. I was, able to work my elbows and knees to the face for the first time. But I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. I'm just a huge critic.
Okay.
myself.
Yeah. No worries. Did you land a knee?
I did. That's actually
at the end, right?
Yeah. Lozon thought I elbowed him in the face, but it was my left hand. I hit him, and then that's what made him shell up. It wasn't an elbow, but
he thought what?
He thought I elbowed him in the face.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
in the commentary.
Joe.
Watch that again. I'm like, I don't see the elbow.
Yeah, no, it was actually a left hand.
Okay.
And I caught him right there in the temple, and he just kind of shelled up. And then after I punched around the guard a little bit, and then he was leaning over, and I was like, oh man, he's leaning over pretty heavy. I could probably knee him in the face, so I just raked the head and got him in the face. And after that, he turned his back, and he was like, I heard him say no to the ref. So basically, I was like,
no, as in he's done.
Yeah, that's why I kneed him in the face. So that's kind of like
crazy.
Verbal stoppage. So that's why the ref jumped in as soon as he turned his back, because you can't hear it when you're watching the fight. Mm-hmm. But he says no. No disrespect to him. He came to fight. You can see it in his eyes. He came to fight.
Yeah.
It just took 2 minutes and 21 seconds to break his will.
Now, how can you compare this or contrast it to the other fights that you've had as a pro? And you have how many so far?
This was my second pro fight.
Oh, second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Don't you have 6 amateurs?
I have 6 amateurs. Yeah, I went 4-2 as an amateur.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually my amateur career, I started off 0-2.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I started off 0-2. So kids don't ever lose hope.
Yeah, right. Did you ever question it? I was my previous podcast was with Richie Santiago, and he was saying
Good
how
guy.
he lost. Yeah, he lost. I think it was the first 2 or 3, and he was getting really discouraged. Did you ever feel like that?
I didn't, but also I understood that I was going against tough competition. Like my first MMA fight, my first fight ever.
Yep.
I went up against a guy who was undefeated in MMA. He was 2-0 at the time, and like 5-2 or 7-2 as a kickboxer.
Wow.
And and I took him to a close decision. So when I lost the fight, I felt like I won. I feel like it was close enough where I could have edged it out.
Mm-hmm.
I lost, so it's whatever. But I wasn't discouraged or upset at my performance because I knew that there was a difference in level, and I held my own, so I was happy.
Yeah.
Wasn't discouraged. My second fight, I lost a split decision. I still think I won that fight. That one kind of got me. It didn't mess with my motivation. It actually lit a fire under me, and I was like,
I can see it in your face now.
I'm never losing again. and
you haven't. I know, right? Uh-oh. Any future opponents are listening.
That's it.
Beware.
Yeah, you're on notice.
Yeah. How do you prepare? Actually, before I go to that, how long did you prepare for your first fight ever? I
had 6 months training.
And this was 6 months.
6 months
total. Of this is from my first day stepping in.
Yeah. Well, I signed up. I originally signed up with Nick, and I didn't want to fight. I just joined because I used to wrestle back in the day, and I missed that camaraderie.
Okay.
So I signed up, and I was like, yeah, I want camaraderie. And then I did a couple classes. I was like, man, this stuff is tough. My body's sore, and I would never show up. So I signed up, but the first 3 months that I was a member, I might have stepped in the gym 2 or 3 times. And then something changed. I was like, I'm gonna give myself a year. I'm gonna stay consistent for a year, and I'm gonna see what happens. And then I was, and then from that day, I count that day when I said I'm gonna be consistent for a year as my starting day, because I was paying a membership, but I wasn't using it. So I don't know if you would count that, but and then from there on, that day on, 6 months. I fought.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because those days before you start officially counting it, I feel like there's more days that you don't do it than when you actually in the gym.
Yeah, 100%. I only stepped in the gym a couple of times before I was like, I'm actually give this a shot. But yeah, I didn't enjoy it when I first started because my body couldn't handle it. I was a little bit heavier.
Even though you were already a wrestler?
Yeah, it's different.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was sore, and also probably mentally weak, being a little bitch. But and then I was like, I'm gonna take a real shot at it,
Okay.
And then from there on, it was just downhill momentum.
So it wasn't that you knew that you wanted to fight all your life.
No,
whatnot.
Nothing. I remember people in high school, because I used to get in a good bit of street fights growing up.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh man, you ever thought about doing that MMA, UFC stuff? And I was like, hell no. And why not? I was like, those guys know how to fight. I'm not trying to get beat. I'll fight some bum on the street.
Did you ever?
I used to get in a lot of fights, but I would tell people that, my friends, oh man, you ever thought about doing UFC stuff? I was like, no, never. I would never do that. That's stupid. And then here I am now.
And you're the only one who, amongst your peers who talked about it, you're the only one that's actually
kind
of doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Actually, most people that are on my wrestling team, it happens to a lot of wrestlers. Once they're done with wrestling, completely, whether high school or go off to college, and I usually get fat because they're like, I'm done. Keeping my weight low. Yeah, a lot of wrestlers get fat after they're done with their wrestling career. So I still got the momentum going on my side.
I know. I'm happy. I'm happy to see you as fit as ever.
That's it.
Hearing you lifting weights and everything. So how do you deal with your diet?
I'm pretty strict on my diet year round. I'll eat stuff here and there and enjoy my life, but I do all my own nutrition. I have a good nutritional background. I got some certificates and stuff like that, so pretty savvy.
You have certificates on nutrition?
Yeah, nutrition.
Oh wow!
I'm not a dietitian, so I can't, legally I can't write if you want, I got you, but I know what I'm doing,
right?
But I handle my own nutrition, my own weight cuts and stuff like that. I help out, teammates. And so I make sure I keep my weight where it's at. I don't really splurge and go crazy. When I was an amateur, I would just wild out and
Okay.
I would eat whatever.
Really?
Yeah. But then when I was like, I'm gonna be a pro. I got to live a pro lifestyle. I cleaned everything up completely.
What made you want to like? All right, I'm gonna do pro now.
Yeah. So I was trying to, for MMA, there's an avenue where you go to try to compete on like a world stage, and national stage. Not a lot of people know too much about it. So I actually was trying to compete for nationals and go to fight on the world stage in Bahrain, however you say it. It's in the Middle East. And so I was actually going to make the qualifying team, and I was planning on going pro after that. And this was 2 summers ago. Yeah, 2 summers ago. And then I got in a really bad car accident, like right before I got to the qualifiers.
I remember that.
Yeah. I was literally going to try to make the national team. And then the goal was after nationals and possibly worlds to go pro. So that laid me up for a while, and I couldn't train or anything. I was very, very injured. And then when I finally came back, I was just talking with my coach, and I was like, hey, I don't know what we should do. I know this was the game plan. Do we do another amateur fight? Do we just go pro? Do I try, because that qualifier is only once a year, and I missed it, so I would have had to wait a whole nother year to try to make that.
Oh, yeah.
And, we sat down and we had a big heart-to-heart, and he was like, listen, I'm confident that you're good enough to go pro right now, and that's the jump that we're going to take, then we could do that. So I thought about it, and I was like, let's do that. And it's working out so far.
You felt confident right away?
I'm confident. I was confident right away. After my second title fight, I fought Dion. After that, I was like, I feel like I could go pro after that fight. But there was still like bucket list stuff I want to do, like compete on like worlds and stuff like that, and fight someone from Russia. That's really what I want to do. I want to beat someone from Russia's ass. That's why I was so like hyped on going and making the national team.
Right.
But that didn't happen, so I didn't get to check that off my list. But I knew after I fought Dion, I was like, I can start my pro career after this.
What has been your toughest opponent so far?
My toughest opponent so far, myself. That's corny.
Philosophical.
Yeah. Man, there's so many different. Everyone's giving me different toughs. I mean, just if you look on paper, Dion gave me my toughest as far as what the fight brought. Like, went the full 5 rounds. That was my first time going 5 rounds. It wasn't, I didn't finish the fight. So like that aspect, that was my toughest. But everyone's give me my toughest in certain situations, which has made me what I am now. But if I was just say a general fight, I would say his, when I fought Dion.
Right.
For the Cage Titans belt, which is right there. Dun, dun.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, both my belts.
Oh, that's which was that one?
Matt Bina for reality fighting. That Mohican son.
Wasn't he he won 2 championships too? Was it?
He had 3 belts.
Oh my!
That was one of them.
Goodness.
Yeah, that was one of them. I guess technically you could kind of say I took 2 of his belts because he was the Cage Titans champion. And then we were supposed to fight at Mohegan, and then he was planning on fighting Dion like a couple weeks later and defend his Cage Titans. And I beat him at Mohegan, and then I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "I can't fight Dion now. I can't fight because he got knocked out." So he's like, "I'm just gonna forfeit this Cage Titans belt." And then me and Dion fought for the Cage Titans belt. So I took both his belts.
You did? Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
You know how to play the game, dude.
Chestnut checkers, my friend.
Yeah, right. What's your biggest motivator right now?
My biggest motivator, like as for, do you mean like a person or
Yeah, we can start there.
my coach? Definitely.
Oh,
He sets the bar high for me. Just from not just fighting, life as well. I never really had a like a role model or anybody to really look up to growing up. No big brothers or nothing like that. My father never really was an influential person for me in my life. So,
do you have siblings?
I'm the oldest.
Okay.
I do, but I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
So Nick plays a bunch of roles in my life. He sets the bar high, in the gym and out of the gym, to like how he is as a family man and his life and lifestyle, and as well as how he is in the gym. That's a role model for me.
Wow, that's awesome. How did you meet Nick in the first place?
I didn't know him because I said I'm not from here. Nick's always lived in Connecticut his whole life.
Okay.
When I moved to Connecticut, I was looking for a. Sorry, I don't mean to pop my thumb. Kind of hurts.
You okay?
Yeah. Good. I was looking for like an MMA gym, and at the time, Nick wasn't open. So I stopped looking, and then one day I just looked again for MMA gyms around me. And then I saw Nick's gym, and I checked him out, and I was like, oh, he's a legit fighter. Like, yeah, that's where I want to go if I'm going to train. Because at the time, the other gyms that I was looking at, it was Ultimate MMA in North Haven. I don't know if...
No clue.
Yeah. Anyways, I was like, I don't want to learn under this guy. It just didn't seem like the right fit. But once I looked up Nick, I was like,
Did you go? Did you ever try it out, or you just said...
No, I didn't waste my time.
Okay.
I watched the guy. I watched him fight on his fights that were on YouTube, and I made my judgments off of that.
Okay.
I did the same thing with Nick when I saw Nick's FA when I was looking up gyms. I watched him on YouTube. I was like, this is the guy. This is where I need to go. And then so I went. Actually, for like the first couple of weeks, I was like, I'm gonna go. And at the time, I was working at a college. I was a personal trainer at a college. And so it was down the road from the college I worked at. So I would drive by. I would look at the gym. I was about to pull into the parking lot. I just, not today. And I keep
You psyched yourself out?
I psyched myself out. Yeah, you would never know this about me. I get real. And I was like,
no way.
I was like, tomorrow I'll go. And then I did this for like weeks. And then one day I was like, I'm going to go in here today. And the day I actually went in there, no one was there. So I walked in. Yeah.
Did that make you feel better?
It did. But I grabbed his business card and I was like, okay, let me email this guy. And I was like, hey, I'm at your gym. Nobody's here. And he emailed me back. He was like, oh, man, the door's supposed to be closed and locked. He's like, can you close and lock it for me? And also, can you come back in tomorrow? I was like, yeah, I got you. No problem.
Oops.
Yeah, oops. And then, we met the next day. And I was like, yeah, no, I want to sign up. He's like, okay, well, we do a free trial. And this and I was like, nope, this is it. I want to sign up.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Did you pay the year up front? That's what I do.
No. I didn't have it like that. I just did month by month. But not that it mattered because the first couple months I was like, oh no, this is too tough, and I never showed up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I was like, no, this is what I want. I don't need no trial. And then I was like, this is what I want.
That's so funny. Is that just what happened? Like,
I don't know, man. Like
I would have thought you'd like, but I'm just glad that you ended up. What clicked? Like, what ended up?
When I said I'm gonna give it an actual shot.
Yeah, because I thought that was gonna be you on day one, but then it actually took you a while.
I can tell you, because I did a few sparring sessions, and Nick got to watch me spar, and obviously I'm not all that right now, and I definitely wasn't all that back then. But I had like a natural ability to fight, so Nick saw me sparring.
Yep.
And then I was able to semi hold my own and do decent. It's enough to catch his eye. And then I remember exactly the text message. I don't remember what month it was or day, but Nick texted me one day after I didn't show up for like a month and a half. And he said, hey, man, I need you to come in here. Iron sharpens iron.
Wow.
That's it. He said, iron sharpens iron. I read that. I said, I texted back. I said, I'll be in tomorrow.
Please tell me you kept that. You still have that text.
I've gone through like 4 phones since then.
No.
It went from Android to iPhone, so no, I definitely don't.
Oh, what are you now?
I have an iPhone.
Okay.
I have an iPhone. But yeah, no, that was an Android back in the day. That was
Yeah.
2016 or like maybe 17.
Oh, so you started doing this in 2016?
I think I originally signed up in 2016. And then when I came in and made the actual, like, I'm going to give this a year, it was like 2017.
Oh, okay. So you were first doing it for like six months before you officially started?
I signed up. Like in 2016, I signed up in like November. Like November or December. And then I came a couple times and I didn't show up again. And I like showed back up in like April of 2017. Or like March or April.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That gives me an idea.
Yeah. So I was like, peace. I'll keep paying this membership because I'll come back in, but I'm not really coming back in.
You were gonna like.
I just would procrastinate. I don't procrastinate anymore. That's a pet peeve of mine. I hate people that procrastinate.
I'm glad. Tell me about what you told me earlier. You said the way that you keep yourself organized. That's
how like
I love that.
yeah. Excuse me. So I'm a very like regimented person and organized. It's through like trial and error. Because if I don't, then I'm like batshit crazy. I'll like get frustrated and annoyed and lose everything and like super quick. So I have a calendar and I have everything like written on the calendar day by day, and I check it off as I'm supposed to. Calendar's right here. Above it is a dry erase board, and it has all the days right there for the week. And each day is lined up what I gotta do hour by hour through that whole day.
Oh,
and
wow.
then next to that is a cork board. And the cork board, that's something that's kind of new. That's my visualization board. Yeah.
What's that? I don't think I've ever.
I don't have a picture of it. I would text my girlfriend and tell her send me a picture of it so I can show you. But basically, it's just my strength and conditioning coach. He also worked with me on my mental strength training. Not that I'm mentally weak, but every elite athlete needs a strong mind.
Dude, actually, when you first started talking about that with Nick, I found that really interesting about you, that like how important that is, that a lot of people do not pay that close attention to is the mental aspect of it.
Yeah, that's key. I can put it to you like this. A lot of people, they train in the gym, like their skill set, and they train like in the gym, but outside the gym, like their strength training, their cardio. And so they're working on their body and they're elevating their body and their skill set. But if their mind is never getting truly worked, like obviously it might get better as you get better, as you challenge yourself through adversity. But if you don't take the specific time to train your mind and grow your mind and make your mind actually stronger, because it's a muscle too, then how are you ever going to be elite if you don't make your mind elite with your body? That's some deep shit. Yeah, no, but like does it make sense?
It makes complete sense.
Yeah, so it's
totally.
It's not some weak-minded like mumbo jumbo stuff. It's just wanting to be the best and not leaving any stone unturned, basically, at the end of the day.
All right. So how did that end up like?
It's all my.
How did you?
My strength and conditioning coach, Jason Layden. Shout out to him. He's a mastermind. This man has.
Is that the same guy that you mentioned earlier, or a different guy?
No, the guy I mentioned earlier, he does my massage. My boy Jose.
Okay. Yeah.
Jason. He is a whiz when it comes to strength conditioning. He's brought so many people to the world stage for the CrossFit Games. He's like travels around the world. Wow. Like he's the real deal.
So he does things other than MMA.
Yeah, he's not MMA at all.
Oh, okay.
I work with him just for my endurance work and my strength work, and also he gets me where I need to be with my mental work as well, with the mindset strengthening and stuff like that. Elite mindsets. So
you say that physically you do strength training.
Yes.
Now because I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if it is spoiling it, so let me know.
No.
But so how you do strength training physically. Now mentally, what do you do to strengthen
the mind?
Yeah.
So, there's a million ways. True reflection is one way. Also, a lot of journaling, a lot of like being aware of how you're speaking, stuff like that. You know, there's like, it's called like soft talk, and like picking out these words, these words that, you know, are how can I explain? So the I don't knows, the maybes, the likes, these soft words that are really doing more damage than you realize. So a lot of journaling, a lot of like mental reinforcing, stuff like that. It goes a lot deeper. That's just a brief, like, you know, yeah. Because I'm just the guy that's doing it to get better. I'm not the guy that knows all about it. That's trying to teach it. So I can't really explain it like an expert because I'm not. But he's the man. He knows all about it. I just do what he tells me.
Yeah. Are you like a sponge?
I am.
Type of personality?
I am. I really am. I think that's
Awesome.
why I've gotten so good so quick and been able to level up, because I haven't really been training all that long compared to a lot of guys. You know, especially guys that are in their pro career. Or you know, most people train like 7+ years, whatnot. I'm just closing in on, you know, hitting 4 years really. You know.
How long? I don't mean to.
No.
How long was your amateur? How many years of your amateur to the ratio of like professional?
So I made my pro debut of January this year. So
wow, it's crazy to think it was this year.
Yeah. Well, because of like the pandemic and all this stupid crap.
That's another question that I wanted to ask you eventually.
Yeah, we get around to it. I made it in January of this year. Was planning on fighting again in April. That got scrapped.
Where at?
In the Hartford Convention Center.
Okay.
For CES.
Okay.
That got scrapped because of everything that was going on. And so it was just like sitting, waiting, twiddling my thumbs, like, when's this gonna open back up? Blah blah blah. And then finally, what was it? Last month? Yeah. October. I got to fight again for the first time. So I'm 2-0 now. I should be like 3-0 by now. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I had my first fight in 2017. And then, you know, I can't remember. I believe it was 2019. Me and Dion fought. That was my last amateur fight.
Okay.
So, yeah, I fought in 2017. Dion, I believe, was 2019, if not 2018. And then pro 2020.
How are you able to fight that often between 2017, 2018, 19, and still be okay?
It's just hungry. I just want it. I just want it, bro.
Okay.
I'm not a Superman. I get hurt like everybody. I get banged up all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like an 80-year-old man when I wake up. You know, I do what I need to do recovery, but at the end of the day, like, I really want this shit. I'm really gonna take it. So,
wow.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I really want this.
Wow. This is gonna be kind of like an obvious question.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I want to be the greatest.
Right. Just so it's like official.
I want to be the greatest
in the podcast. Yeah.
I want to be the greatest. I want to be. A belt's cool, but my real goal is to be top 5 pound for pound.
Wow.
Because if you're top 5 pound for pound in the world, then a belt comes with that.
Right.
I want a belt to put a belt around my coach to say thank you for all the years of the hard work they put into me. That's what I want. That's why I want a belt in the UFC. What I want for myself is to be top 5 in the world.
Wow. That's funny because I feel like a lot of people would just think I want to be the champion at my weight class.
I want to be top 5 pound for pound.
That's beyond.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that other, like, a belt's cool. Like, I want a belt to say thank you, you know, to show like the hard work that was put into me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, after it gets wrapped around your waist, then it turns into a paperweight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna walk around with it. Like,
right. It's
those two
hanging up
right
there all the time, dude. Actually, you get to keep it. That's cool.
Yeah, I get to keep it. That's cool.
I thought they had one and they pass them along to each other?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. That'd be messed
I'm
up.
glad. I know, right?
You're like, hey man, I'm gonna need that bag. Like,
Yeah, I gotta wash it. Sorry, it's sweaty right now.
that'd be funny.
I know, right? I don't know why I thought that.
No, it's
Like,
not
they're
wrong.
really not that cheap.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, no, it's not a big deal. Like,
You ever carry those two around? Like, just like,
like maybe the first week.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, this is, it's just whatever. But
Wow.
yeah, no,
wow.
and that's because I'm not satisfied by a belt because that's
Right.
materialistic. You know, I feel not to be like philosophical or like try to sound like something special, but
Please.
if I feel like if you're caught up on something materialistic, then you'll never truly be satisfied. And what's really your goal, like an object? Then that's saying like money's gonna make you happy. Like it's not doing that. Doesn't do it for me internally. What does me internally is being the best, you know, and just by being the best, things come with that. So that's just how I see it. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? In my mind, it makes a lot of sense.
Say that again.
By being the best, you know, belts come with things come with that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you know, to be like materialistic, saying I want this or like that. That's never truly shooting for a goal to be happy. You know, because then you're needing something. 'Cause once you get that, then what? You're done.
Right.
Because you can
Right.
never truly. You could be the best and like beat everybody, but you can always get better.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that does make sense.
like what?
Totally.
So it's like I want money. I want to be rich. All right. So once you get rich, you have
That's-
money. Then what? You can be miserable.
Yeah.
That's like you shouldn't make your goal a material thing. Because then if you do get that,
Okay. Right. I see what you're saying about our money.
yeah,
So you're doing it more for
it's for me.
legacy?
No,
Yeah,
it's
yourself.
for me.
For yourself.
I like people after my daughter was born. People found out I was gonna become a father, and then my daughter was born. And the first couple like interviews I got after she was born, people were like, "Oh, how does it feel to be a father? You like new inspiration? Are you gonna fight harder?" I said, "No, absolutely not. Like I love my daughter. This sounds like kind of messed up. It might be selfish and messed up, but I love my daughter. I don't get inspiration or motivation from my daughter." Because I wanted to be the best before she was born. I wanted to be the best after she was born. And if
Wow.
I had to explain this to my girlfriend because she got upset the first time I said this. And after I explained it, she understood. If you need to have a kid to be motivated to be the best, maybe you shouldn't even be doing it. I mean, that might not be the right mentality. It might be like a sick way to look at it, but that's what gets me up in the morning because I internally motivate myself and I want to do it because I want to do it. And I want to be the best. I don't need to have a kid to say, now it's time to really go.
Yeah, right. I think that's what sets you apart from other people.
It might. I don't know. It might. When I say it out loud, I'm like, man, do I sound like a psychopath?
No, you don't. No,
Yeah.
your mentality is just different.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just different.
I'm not sure.
And you do things that people are never going to reach, so they won't fully understand.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Oh, of course. It's funny because I never actually had a true conversation like this.
Yeah.
So to know your mentality is so fascinating to me because I thought you were going to say that. I had my daughter and now I'm motivated even more. But to now hear that this is the way that you think is like, wow, now I am so invested to see like how this becomes like in the future, like knowing this now in the back of my head into every fight that you go to, like now I understand your mentality and how you're going into that fight.
Yeah.
100%. Just with your head alone, not with the training, because I don't really know what you're doing here. But speaking of training, do you do anything else besides fighting? Do you compete in jiu-jitsu or anything?
I've done like jiu-jitsu tournaments, stuff like that. I'm not a jiu-jitsu player.
Okay.
So I do jiu-jitsu because it's what I need to do for MMA.
Gi?
No gi.
No gi.
That's the plan in the future. I thought they were doing gi today. That's why I looked over.
Okay.
But we actually just started a gi program the other month. But there we go. All right, I couldn't hear myself for a second.
I know. This thing will, like, if you're not too close to it, it'll, like, shut off,
Yeah.
like, whatever background noise. That's its way to shut out
Yeah.
outside noise.
I got you. But like I was saying, I plan on putting a gi on one day, but
Oh, so you don't do gi?
I don't do gi.
Oh, at all?
I've never worn a gi in my life.
No way.
I know.
Wow.
But I'll tell you something.
Interesting.
A goal of mine.
Okay.
And this is, I'm very like, I love to put goals because it gives me direction and trajectory.
Okay.
That goes along with the cork board, the visualization, and all the stuff I have to keep me in order. A goal of mine is one day, long time from now, after I'm done competing and fighting in MMA, is I want to focus on the gi and get my black belt.
Okay.
I probably will put a gi on before that point, probably, because my coach will be like, Eddie, put a damn gi on.
At this point, yeah.
But it's that's something for me to look forward to in the future after fighting. I want to get a black belt wearing the gi.
Respect.
Also, I started saying this as a joke, and then saying it as a joke, I got.
Is this?
That's not mine.
Okay, I'm thinking like is it? Not mine either.
I hate it when that shit happens.
It'll stop either way.
People need to put their phone on vibrate
At some point.
like normal people.
I have to now
Yeah,
for work.
I do.
Like,
the
no
same.
way.
My phones are always on vibrate. People are like, why aren't you responding? Like, I didn't know.
Dude, me too. I'm bad at replying
Yeah.
or answering calls.
Yeah. Like I was saying. So I started saying this as a joke, but then saying it so much, I got serious about it. And now I don't know if I actually want to do it, but I probably will do it. When I get done with fighting, I plan on fighting competitively till I'm like 38, 40. I can do that. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Cool.
No problem. That's the.
What makes you think that you can?
I don't have a lot of miles on me. Like a lot of people that they start MMA, they have they start when they're a teenager. They start early 20. I haven't been, so I'm green. I don't have damage on my body like a lot of guys have been doing it for years and years and years.
How old are you now?
I just turned 29, but
And you started when you were how old?
26, 27.
Okay.
But my body I feel like I'm 18, 20. Legitimately.
Sick.
I feel better than when I was 21.
Sick.
I could do more.
Were you in this shape when you were 21?
No. I wasn't bad. I was in good shape, but I would beat the shit out of the 21-year-old Eddie now.
Oh yeah, baby.
But I'm getting away from what I wanted to say.
Sorry.
I want to be compete in pro CrossFit in the Masters class and be a CrossFit World Champion. That's a Masters.
Whoa.
That 40-44 division, I'm coming for it.
Oh, you guys. Ooh.
So
Wow.
I told my strength coach that he got fired up because it's like we got a long time of working together. Because after I get done with this,
Yeah. Right.
we got another world title to win.
I know. Ooh, dude.
So, but that keeps me that keeps me like
awesome.
driven because then I know after I get done, then I have something else to look forward to competing wise. Because I need that. I can't just come to the gym and just like screw around and leave and have no direction. I probably won't show up. I need to have something in my mind like I'm competing for this. I don't know. I've talked to a lot of other like competitive athletes and they have that same mentality. They're like, yeah, if I didn't have to come here to train for a competition or for something, I'd probably be out eating or at home.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, me too. I would be eating too. I'd be at the buffet.
You think you'd be fat?
I would probably be real fat.
Yep.
Yeah. Just like all the wrestlers I used to wrestle with that don't wrestle anymore. They're
They're fat.
yeah, a lot,
Pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of them. Sounds like maybe like a couple, but
Dude, I can't. I'm so happy that you did not end up that way.
Oh my
like,
God.
or you didn't even get fat and then got skinny again. Like
I did get a little heavy.
Yeah.
When I wrestled in high school, I wrestled my freshman year 152, and then every year after that, I wrestled 160.
Okay. What do you fight at bantamweight?
I fight at lightweight 155.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What do you walk around?
So that changes. I was vegan for about like 11 months, and then when I was on a strict vegan diet, I was walking around in like mid 60s, and then
Okay.
when I'm eating normal, I guess you would call it a non-vegan diet, but healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk around at like 70 to 75. And then specifically right now, I'm trying to put on some muscle. So I'm eating in a calorie surplus. So I'm like 182.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to put on some muscle. I still got a 6-pack, but
I'm happy to hear.
yeah, not like that matters.
Lucky.
But yeah, so like yeah, it varies, but naturally, like I'll probably walk around like 75. I'll just say, but I'm trying hard to stay 182, 180 right now.
Because it's easy for you to gain weight.
Yeah, well, you just wanna feed the muscle. So if you eat in like a maintenance, you're not really gonna give it anything extra to build muscle. If you're eating a surplus, then but not stupidly to where you're gonna store fat. You're gonna feed the muscle that you're tearing down to rebuild to get bigger. Because I feel like I wasted away some of my muscle through all the weight cuts that I did and stuff. Because high school, MMA, because I never had a solid strength training protocol where I was lifting weights and maintaining my muscle. So over the years of cutting weight, bringing my weight down, you're going to eat your muscle up because your body's trying to survive.
Okay.
So I felt myself losing muscle mass and getting a little bit weaker. So I was like, I need to make that change. I need to put some muscle back on. So that's where we're at right now. Because I don't know when the next time I'm going to fight. So I'm just walking around a little bit heavier, hitting the weights harder, putting on some muscle.
Yeah. This fight, did you notice a difference with your strength?
When I started, so when I had this fight, I was already only working with my strength coach probably about like 6 weeks.
Okay.
So we haven't been working too long. I felt stronger. I did. But at 6 weeks, it's not really like a crazy amount of time to know a big difference.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because adaptation takes a while.
Right. I'll ask you in like by your next fight.
Yeah.
Should
by January of next year, January 2021, I'll be like an ox.
Whoa, dude. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, a wolf.
Okay. I thought you were gonna name like an ox.
That would have been funny.
I know. Actually, it is an ox.
Nah, a wolf. I don't know why. As a child, I always thought they were pretty cool. That like pack and like.
I like that too. It's like a loyalty.
Yeah, and they just like fuck shit up.
Yeah,
they'll run through and they'll kill everything.
Yeah, and like they're not like excessively big. They're just kind of like a dog, but
yeah,
it's the way that they're smart and they have like a line that they like. There's people, there's animals, certain like they go by rank,
yeah,
or
like
they
hierarchy.
group them in. It's so when you see them, you think they're just like a bunch of wolves.
Yeah,
but they're lined up.
Yeah,
it's a certain way.
It's crazy.
So sick.
I love it. It's like so cool to me.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely my favorite animal. And then after that, I would say a shark.
Okay.
But I'm terrified of sharks. I don't get in the ocean. But
can you swim?
I can swim. I'm a great swimmer. Actually, my first job, I was a lifeguard.
Cool.
I was 15 years old. I was a lifeguard.
Dope, dude.
Yeah. I had to save a couple people in the lazy river.
Tell me about that.
Man. All right, so I got a good story.
Okay.
I was at the end part of the lazy river, and I was in the water.
What is a lazy river? It's just
so like where people sit in the tube and they just go with the current and they go around and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The water's probably like 4.5 feet deep. And I was at a station where it's towards the end, and there's water that shoots a current to either push you through to keep going through the lazy river, or take you to the exit. And then my job was to get the people corralled so they didn't get sucked into the current to keep going, to get them off. And
no one could go in the one on the right.
Well, because it was at an amusement park. It was at a water park. And
okay.
So it's like you got people waiting in line. You know what I mean? Like, you do your damn thing.
Is the lazy river like the actual name of the like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You never heard of lazy river?
Never. I'm sorry. Where is this at?
Yeah. No. This was at the amusement park was called Carowinds.
Okay.
But it was in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is in South Carolina.
Cool.
But so I'm at the station and I'm like, I don't know, moving people, getting them to the exit and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy, real heavyset guy, and he was holding on. And he tried to like jump off, but I think his ass was stuck in the tube. So when he went off, it tipped over, and he was stuck in it upside down. So I had to rip it. it's not, he wasn't dying, but he needed my assistance. So I pulled the tube off him. I grab him under his like armpits. I go to pick him up, and he's like super hairy. And I pull him up, and his hair is all on my face. I'm like, oh.
It's funny that that's what your concern is.
Yeah, well, it's like 4.5 feet. Like once he gets his footing, he's good.
Yeah, right. All right.
So once he got his phone, I was like, get the hell out of here, bro.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's probably the funniest story.
I'm thinking like he must have hugged you and thanked you. More hair got on you. No.
No, I told him, I was like, get out of here, man.
Was he like panting or something? Was he like?
No, he wasn't panicking. He was like startled. He was startled, but it was like a split second thing.
Yeah.
But that's probably the only like funny story I have with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't like. Oh yeah, I mean I understand you don't like sharks.
No, I'm terrified. I respect them too much.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
They're super like, that's apex, bro. Like that and like wolves. That's like super apex. Like craziness.
There's like there's a picture of a shark. I don't know what type of shark it is, but like they live up to like 400 years. So I find it really interesting.
Dude,
yeah,
really?
it's like a super old looking shark. I feel bad.
Yo, that's
Not really.
crazy.
I know, right? Like, how did you live out in the sea that long without getting killed? Like you
Seen some
must
shit.
have done everything right. Right? If that shark could talk.
The shark's seen some shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Eating some stuff too.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? I don't imagine.
Bro, that's wild.
I know.
400 years.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
300 and something.
That's like a turtle.
Yeah, that's why I like
live in
turtles.
Illinois. You like turtles?
If you were to keep turtles, I like them.
Is that what's your favorite animal? Let me ask
A
you a question
rhino.
now. The rhino's your favorite animal?
Yeah, just like the way they look, the way they're built, but they're also like kind, but they can defend themselves, like the like where the horn is placed.
Yeah.
I think it's because of Echo. You remember Echo?
Yeah, the clothing
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah, I think when I was like younger, I always
Used to rock a
liked
lot
the
of
look.
Echo.
A little bit, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. It was a popular thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened to Echo,
It
but
fell off.
yeah.
My father-in-law still wears Echo.
Your father?
My father-in-law.
Father-in-law still wears Echo?
Yeah, he's Spanish.
Jeez, I don't even know you could buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of old, so it may be old stuff, but yeah. Yeah, he still rocks Echo.
Okay.
He stays loyal to the brand.
Yeah. I wish Mark Echo could know and send him some. I don't even know if Mark Echo still does that.
I don't know, but he's the only person I've noticed that still wears it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him when I hang when I hang up those Christmas lights. And I'm like,
ask him.
I'm like, hey, bro, do you still buy this or just all mad old stuff?
Probably old stuff.
It has to be old. It looks old, but he's a heavier set guy.
Okay.
So Echo makes big clothing.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man. Everybody wears baggy Echo.
Back then? That's true.
It's all baggy.
2 sizes too big.
2 sizes too big. So it fits him just right.
Did you dress like that back then?
Yeah, of course. Especially I'm from the South. Like,
Nice.
Tall tees. Come on, of course.
Tall
I do.
tees. Now, explain to me the mullet.
The mullet.
Yes.
What do you want me to tell you about it?
I should have asked a long time ago.
I conditioned it this morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Thank you.
Sharp. You didn't have it. Picture right there. Doesn't have the mullet. What happened? What made you want to grow one? We have 2.5 minutes.
We have 2 minutes? I got you in 2 minutes. So it started as a joke.
Okay.
My buddy Costa.
A lot of good ideas start off as a joke, by the way.
A lot of good ideas
Just
start
letting
off
you know.
as a joke. And then he was like, man, you should grow a mullet. I was like, I'm going to do it. Like, okay. And then I was like, it's kind of like how I was joking around about, doing CrossFit when I get older in the master's class. And I just said it enough jokingly that I was like, I'm going to actually do this shit. And I just did it. I just said, I'm going to grow a mullet. And then I just let it grow. And then
Cool.
now it's a waterfall.
It is, dude.
But my girlfriend, my baby mama, she loves it.
I love it.
My girlfriend loves it.
I'm glad.
I joke around all the time, I'm going to cut it. And she says she's going to cut me.
Oh,
She's Puerto Rican. So
she will cut you.
She's not lying.
By the way. What are you?
What am I?
Yeah.
I just tell people I'm American because I don't know. I have to get my 23andMe done.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I did it.
Did you?
Yeah.
What are you?
58% like European Peninsula.
What's like it's Italy and all that
Like
stuff?
Portugal
Okay.
and Spain.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Spaniard.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Well, I was born in Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know that about you. You have it on your bio.
yeah, sometimes I like when I switch it off. Yeah, and they came they came to Dominican Republic a long time ago, and I'm lighter than a lot of the people that I lived around. So I was always curious.
Yeah.
They're darker skin, so I was like, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely does.
Yeah.
Like Spaniards, some of them have like blonde hair, like fair skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's real cool. Conquistador.
Yes.
That should be your fighting name.
Ooh.
Conquistador.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind, dude. You're actually we're coming up on a close, but you're actually an inspiration because I was worried too. Like I went through the phase where I'm like, oh geez, I may be too old for this thing, or like I won't have enough time where I'll peak and then the peak will decline. Yes.
Go ahead. Say
So
it.
this podcast has been more than just a podcast. It meant something to me.
Excellent. I'm super glad.
What were we gonna say to say it? What?
No. I was gonna say like that's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna say, like, oh, am I gonna peak? I mean, that's that soft talk. Remember I was saying before? I know we got close, but I was talking about the soft talk. Those words that are trigger words that mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. That's one of those soft talks words. You gotta get that out of your vocabulary. Don't do that, bro. If I would listen to it, I'd have been a 0-2 amateur. I never would have fought again.
Right.
I mean, it's a mindset. Just do it, bro.
Right.
Fuck it. I don't know if I can cuss out here, but sometimes.
Oh, definitely. Dude, you're too late.
Oh, really?
You did it a couple times. No, I'm saying it's fine, but it's
okay.
like you say that at the end. It's just funny. Well, thank you so much, Eddie.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, really, sincerely.
I know.
So glad I came here. It was so worth it to meet you and everything.
Yeah.
To look at the gym.
Yeah.
keys fell.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Thank you for making the trip. You know, you're
Of
the one that
course.
did the big sacrifice. I'm glad we can make it happen. It took a while to get a good date, but
Mm-hmm.
that's dope.
So worth it. Right
I
there.
loved it.
Oh, it's not on video. That's okay.
It's all right.
At least I can see the closing. Anything you'd like to tell people who've made it this far? Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Follow me on IG. Follow me on Twitter. EddyGeorge_MMA. Shout out to my coaches.
Was Eddie George MMA taken?
I think I didn't like how it was all clumped together, so I did
Yeah.
underscore.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
long.
Yeah, I had to break it up.
Cool, yeah.
Shout out to my coaches, obviously. I talked about them earlier. I gave them shout outs earlier. Named them all specifically, but shout out to my coaches again, FAA, all my teammates. Appreciate you. And yeah, baby, 2021 coming strong. As long as this pandemic doesn't hit again, then that's it, man. That's all I got to say.
Can't wait to see what you'll do.
Yeah, shooting for the
Really.
stars.
Shooting for the stars. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's it, guys. On to the next. Till next time.
Later, brother.
Later.